that time for the OU Weekly Matchup Show. The Sooners coming off that horrible performance in Lubbock against Texas Tech. Get ready to close out their regular season at home on Thanksgiving week. It'll be a Saturday morning kickoff as Oklahoma takes on Oklahoma State in another chapter of the Bedlam Rivalry. The game can be seen on Fox Sports Net. Oklahoma will come in, despite that bad performance at Texas Tech, as a favorite, probably about 6 points to defeat Oklahoma State. We'll talk more about the Cowboys in just a second, but first, talking about Oklahoma and the fact that they not only got physically whipped in Lubbock against the Red Raiders, but also emotionally, or lack of emotion, or as I like to call it, no emotion against Texas Tech. And it sounds like I'm not giving the Red Raiders credit, which I am, and I do commend them for playing one heck of a game. They truly look like the better team on Saturday. But Oklahoma just did not play with any emotion. I think that will change this Saturday because I think Bob Stoops and this coaching staff, they're too darn good to not go back-to-back weeks playing emotionless football. It's just not their style. Coming back home, it's a state rivalry game, and it's an opportunity to prove to themselves and to everybody else that that Oklahoma team emotionally that you saw last week is not indicative of Oklahoma football. I think this will be a very tough, long, grueling week of practice physically and emotionally for these Sooner players. I certainly wouldn't want to be them between now and Saturday, but come Saturday, I do think that they will get that emotion back. Playing at Oklahoma, playing in Norman, I do think that they'll get some swagger back. Will it be enough, though, to defeat an Oklahoma State team having one heck of a year? We'll talk about that at the end of the broadcast. If you look at the following facts, Oklahoma has won 29 straight games at home. They haven't lost a home game in 4 years. They haven't lost a conference home game in 8 years. Granted, that loss at home 2001 was to Oklahoma State, but Oklahoma was a big favorite that day and clearly got snake bit against Les Miles' Cowboys. Of course, this time, Oklahoma's not a huge favorite to defeat Oklahoma State. In fact, Oklahoma State's the ones that are thinking about BCS. So, if you're looking at past history and also due to the fact that Oklahoma has won 6 in a row over Oklahoma State in the rivalry, you would think Oklahoma, despite that bad performance against Texas Tech, will come back and win. You would think Oklahoma will take care of business and prove that despite it being a disappointing season, that they do have the resiliency and the toughness to make amends for the Texas Tech game and come back and beat Oklahoma State. Now, if that were my entire broadcast, we'd end it right now. But, as you know, I'm a diehard OU fan, but I'm not what you would call a homer. So, on this show, we do like to think objectively, and we do like to look at the other team's chances, which in this case will be Oklahoma State, and we would want to see how Oklahoma State could win this game. Number one, this will be the best offensive line Oklahoma has faced all season long. And we saw how Oklahoma, for the first time all season long, got defensively dominated by the opposition. They gave up over 500 yards against the Red Raiders. This offensive line is even better than the Texas Tech line, talking about Oklahoma State, a veteran offensive interior group. The Oklahoma defensive line will have an even bigger challenge this week than they did last week. And last week they didn't step up to the challenge at all, stopping the run or the pass. They made Taylor Potts look like Peyton Manning. Number two, this is going to be the best running back that Oklahoma has faced all season long. Keith Toston, the backup running back to All-American Kendall Hunter. Hunter's been injured much of the season because of the ankle injury, supposedly, but I think there's more to it than that. Toston, if he's not named first team all Big 12 running back, then the Big 12 has done him and Oklahoma State a great injustice. Toston, very elusive back. He's not as good as Hunter, which is pretty scary because Toston has put up some big numbers, and Toston has nice hands as well. He can hurt you coming out of the backfield with his receiving ability. So, it's going to be a chore for the Sooners. And Oklahoma State, let's face it, as much as Oklahoma wants to prove that last week's game against Texas Tech was just a fluke, and you would think Oklahoma has plenty to play for in that perspective, Oklahoma State clearly has more to play for. They have a shot at a 10-win season, which for Cowboys standards is rare. Only twice have they had a 10-win season. Last time Oklahoma State won 10 games, Mike Gundy, the current head coach, was quarterback for that Cowboy team 21 years ago. Oklahoma State also has a chance to do something that they've never done, and that is go to a major bowl game, a BCS game, probably the Fiesta Bowl. Right now, they're in contention with other at-large teams throughout the country, like a Boise State, like an Iowa, like a Virginia Tech, or a Cincinnati or Pittsburgh, whoever finishes second in the Big East. If Oklahoma State wins in Norman, that would put them at 10-2 and put them in serious contention to get one of those 4 remaining at-large bids for a BCS. So Oklahoma State has more to play for than Oklahoma. Make no mistake about it. And don't forget about Oklahoma State's defense as well. They're 4th in the nation in stopping the run. They give up just under 80 yards per game on the ground. Overall, the defense, which in past years, including last year's, was a joke, under the direction of Bill Young, the defensive coordinator this year, Oklahoma State's defense has improved big time. They are in the top 35 in the country in yards allowed. They don't give up a ton of yardage compared to the majority of teams in the country. It's not a Texas-type defense that could just stomp you like that, but they have improved.